Apple's strong iPhone 11 sales last quarter bode well for the SE2 moneyy. I've said it before and I'll say it again, you can't trust Apple sales figures. The tech giant doesn't release numbers on how many units it shifts, which means firms need to use a lot of guesswork to get to stats like iPhone 11 sales. To put it another way, always be critical of Apple analysts. Despite this, while you can't trust data to be completely true, it can be useful for spotting trends. Let's take the latest report from Consumer Intelligence Research Partners, CRIP, that focuses on iPhone sales over the last quarter of 2019. Slap your eyeballs on this, an iPhone 11 Pro Max review especially for you, human. In a report, the company stated that iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max made up 69% of total American iPhone sales in Q4 of 2019. In fact, according to CIRP, the iPhone 11 sales alone made up 39% of the phones Apple shipped in the US during that time period. Let's have a closer look at the data in the form of a chart comparing Q4 2019 and Q4 2018 in the US. Before we go any further, let's talk about how CIRP got this data. Basically, it was achieved by a survey of only 500 people, which is pretty insignificant. It's made even worse by the fact that CIRP's survey looked at purchases of iPhones, iPads, Apple Watches, and Macs, meaning it's likely that the figures in the graph are based on less than 500 people. But, for the sake of argument, let's just pretend these figures are broadly accurate. Now, there are two things particularly interesting in these results. The first is that it appears the large Max models of iPhones are diminishing in popularity, as the XS Max was the second best-selling iPhone in the US of Q4 2018, while the 11 Pro Max dropped to fourth place in Q4 2019. Can we say that consumer hunger for big phones is dwindling? No, not at all. We'd need a lot more data for that, but it's one to keep an eye on at least. The second point is about the success of Apple's lower-end handsets and what that could mean for the company. Colloquially, I'd assume most folks would opt for a Pro, but the iPhone 11 sales figures seem to dispute. For more on this story, visit the news article link.